Hi guys and welcome to this episode of the Just My Opinion podcast. Today we are going to be reacting to a video which Kao Denero just shared, where he's talking about the changes which the updates. Several years back he was appointed as the ambassador of music in entertainment in Sierra Leone, and so this was very exciting for Sierra Leoneans because a musician who has been in the field, who knows the struggle in the field, is taking on this position of leadership, and a position which gives him access to a lot of places, a lot of people who could make changes in the community. So of recent, he shared just a few days back, he shared this video where he's talking about some of the updates that have been made. So we are going to watch that video, we're going to react to it, and we're going to see what this means for the Sierra Leonean entertainment industry. Hi, Ambassador.
Hello, people. It's your boy Ambassodor again.
Yeah, so let's watch this video from Kao Denero, then we react.
Like 10 million units we get for win. On June 16, definitely we'll for the Kalon Park. The same thing we do at Eastern, we do at Western. Kalon Park is going to be big, it's going to be monumental from the Office of the Entertainment Ambassador. So I keep in mind of them 2 dates there, yeah? And comedians, they get for their day, entertainers, they get for their day, the fans, they get for enjoying themselves. We definitely get for one big. And I know how Kao Denero can do when you're involved in something, that appreciates off. And through the meetings that I don't get with His Excellency, I'm able to forget I'm committed for able to upgrade this office here we don't give it. One of a kind for the appoint an entertainer as an ambassador, and able to give it an office space so that we handle the business them professionally. And don't agree back for able to do for we the national studio. The national studio, all accessible to all entertainers that will qualify for the record, for shoot good videos, for take good photography, so that we're able to compete with the rest of Africa and the world, and it will take them further for doing an auditorium. What did this mean? When I was facing a fake promise, no, you don't put inside manifesto. I already don't engage the government, they add the inside a manifesto. And President Leona talking to President, what's the promise? And they deliver on that. As you can see the stadium now go, the new stadium, exclusive stadium, when I see the airport, now on new sector, when I entertainment, and then they don't promise we say it will deliver.
So that was Ambassador Kao Denero in his new office, and he was talking about getting the office space and the artists, the entertainment industry having an official space. He was talking about access to facilities in order to make better music videos. He was talking about several things which are upcoming, which are going to help artists as a whole in the Sierra Leonean entertainment scene. What do you think about this video, Ambassador?
Yeah, so I think in one previous video, I think where he performed at the President Barrow's, I don't know, it was his birthday or so. And I was saying that, no, it was a political rally, but later on I saw a video where he was performing at his birthday. And people were going at him that he's now a politician, politicians are like that. And I was saying that I will not judge him yet till I hear what he stands for, what are the issues he's representing. So I like what he's saying, but it's not yet it for me, right? I'm not judging him now like an artist, I'm judging him like a politician. And by politician, I mean, I'm always very disappointed with African politicians when they come on board and tell us that we are going to build roads, we are going to build schools, we are going to create jobs. That just shows that you are talking. I usually take more time to watch American political debates and campaigns than the African ones because it does not even concern me, the American ones, but it sounds more like they are appealing to my intellect. To my intellect, in the sense that when a politician is speaking, I expect you to give us first some baseline. So in your opening, it's not too much work based on the money they collect, so it's not too much to ask. I'm not saying I expect Kao Denero to do that, but he should give us some of those kind of things. He's a younger person. He knows the standards which the global. So when I've looked at Barack Obama make his speech, let me say who else is there in politics? Schwarzenegger make his speech, who was an actor turned governor. I am not going to say, okay, now as an African, so I should dumb down my expectation. No. In a global world, the young Africans are already exposed to certain standards, which we are going to hold everybody accountable to. That being said, what do I expect? I expect that before you make a speech like this, you say, okay, these are the state of things. Maybe you say just some basic statistics, just to capture our attention, also to tell us that you are hands on the problem. Like average Sierra Leonean makes this much money, or the average. If you want to focus just on artists, although I don't think you should focus just on artists, you should maybe widen his span or scope a little bit more. But even if you are focusing just on artists, average artist makes this. Average artist does not have this kind of healthcare, hence they suffer from this. Statistics shows that the average artist does this and they earn this much in the span of their career, and this is not enough to sustain you for this length of after you have it. And I'm just saying, give us some baseline statistics, then move on to what you intend to do. Intend to do also, he said, I think they want to create a national studio, they want to create space where to give artists more. Yeah. But that sounds very generic. It does not sound like somebody who has actually sat and then operationalized this, should I call it wishes or items he's listing to give us the detailed line. We intend to do a survey of all the artists that intend to use this. We intend to register artists like this to do this. I mean, like break it down to show that you're actually planning to do it. Because it's one thing to say I intend to buy a car. It sounds good. But when somebody tells me that I intend to buy a car, I've gone to the bank that have told me that I need to put up an initial deposit of 1 million. Then they're going to give me a loan of 10 million. Then when I get the 10 million, I can be paying now instrumentally 300. I've already spoken to my boss. I'm going to get a raise by December. When you give me that kind of breakdown, it sounds more credible that you really intend to do those things. But our typical African, should I call them politicians, we just list things which have been listed over the years, make promises, but to convince me that you really intend to do those promises, I don't know if you see what I'm saying, the sense that they should go into a little more detail. So same thing I'm expecting from Kao Denero. When he's talking about artists, first he should give us a baseline to show that he's actually studying and understanding the plight of the Sierra Leonean artists. Secondly, he should give us a more detailed plan as to how they plan to achieve some of these things. And as I said, I don't think he should only limit himself to entertainers. It's true, he's an entertainer from the start, but I think he can as well become a politician who represents the people. Because even an entertainer is a voice of the people somehow, so he's also representing the people. So I think he can do more than that. I kept on saying I wanted to hear him talk about issues that, and one, he's not only representing himself as an entertainer, he's also representing the president. So somehow he will be called upon from time to time to defend what the president stands for, given that he represents the president. So I also want to see him dwell a little bit on some of those issues which the president stands for, and some of the day-to-day challenges the Sierra Leonean is facing. I think at times it's very sad to see some of us who I think we are better off. I don't know if I should say the 1% or the 10%. Sound like everything is fine and everything is fine, but when the camera flashes a little bit into the poorer majority, it's depressing. So I think we really need to act with some of that sense of urgency, like our people really need these things and we really intend to work. And let's see it reflect in our voice, in the way we work, in the way we are aggressive about trying to get the results. I think we need more. I'll be expecting to see more from Kao Denero down the line.
Yeah, so firstly, like when I saw the video, I didn't think this was like an official speech which he had to make. I felt like, okay, this was something which he decided, okay, put on the camera, let's make something for under 1 minute and just update the people, tell them. I feel like he wanted to share the news about the office space, and so he decided to take the opportunity to talk about the other things which they have down the pipeline. I didn't take this like an official statement, like how let me say the president of America State of the Union speech where he wants to address the nation. Like, I didn't see, like, the vibe I got from it was not that vibe. And the video he titled "Trust the Process," and I believe that behind the scenes there are a lot of things that they are doing which the general public does not really know yet. True, it would be nice for his followers, for the general public to know that, okay, this is what is happening, this is what is happening every step of the way. But I think, like, when he just took his position as the ambassador, he has had meetings with artists. Right now he's sharing the update of the office space, and he's saying, okay, these other things are in the pipeline. I feel maybe we give him some time to is he going to deliver on these promises. But I don't think the video which he made was the place for him to talk about, okay, this is a statistic, this is, I don't feel like he intended to make any long speech, or he did any research. He just wanted to share the news about the office and took the opportunity to say, okay, this is also coming up, this is also coming up, this is also coming up. Talking about the office space, I'm like, okay, they're having an office space that people who are going to be working 9 to 5 now in the office space, hopefully, because we know sometimes people have offices which never open. Hopefully the case is it's a place where people will take their job diligently, work 9 to 5, and there'll be several people working 9 to 5 for the entertainment industry every day in Sierra Leone. I want to believe like that in its own, putting in that work 9 to 5 every day for the entertainment scene, coming to the office, having meetings, just that professional space. It's a space for people to reflect on different ideas, come up with different strategies. So for me, I'm like, even if, let me say, you're working from home, or you're working from anywhere you're working from, you need to have an environment. The environment needs, it puts you in a certain kind of mental space. When you are lying down on your chair, the mental space that you are in is the mental space of, okay, I'm relaxing. If you're doing work, most times you realize that the work you do when you're just relaxed is not very efficient. Once you sit down on a table, put your machine and start working, the mindset already changes. So you deliver more. So I'm like, first of all, having an office space, having that mindset of, I'm going to work, this is a job every day 9 to 5, is definitely something which is a positive for the Sierra Leonean entertainment industry. And when you mentioned something about, okay, he should not just think of the entertainers, he should think of the ordinary people too. I agree with this point, because these ordinary people, these are the clients of the artists. These are the people who have to buy the music. So if he's talking about the average salary of an artist, the average salary, he should also think of the average salary of a Sierra Leonean, because it's that average salary that they are going to use to take a fraction of it to buy music. So that should also be put into consideration, so that, like, if they're having meetings like, okay, how much artists price their songs or something like that, it's definitely statistics which they might want to have in hand, so that they could make better decisions about that. So because if the average salary of a Sierra Leonean is low, then that should also be taken into consideration when the artists are pricing whatever songs or having whatever shows and selling whatever tickets. So anyway, so my summary of what I'm trying to say is, like, his video said, trust the process. I'm deciding to trust the process, and I don't think this video was the forum for him to give all those statistics, mindful of the fact that I feel like it was just a short, spontaneous video which he was doing.
But just a quick question, right? For how long has Kao Denero been ambassador?
I know that he has been about a year plus.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Have you seen any official statistic oriented press conference that been put out?
I have not seen.
So that's what I'm not just talking about this. Mm-hmm. Even when Barack Obama bought a pet dog, they made it look like a casual thing that was well planned. There were lots of other messages they were trying to send out there. It looked like he's just playing with his dog on the lawn. He was not just playing. It's a message they're trying to. So everything is, when you're a public figure, everything should be scripted to an extent. It may look casual, but there's some intention behind that casual appearance. I did not expect him to sit and then put the microphone and narrate a press conference of long. Even when you're trying to be casual, there should be some weight which you are giving in your casual. For both of you, imagine that even when I'm joking, I still have statistics like this. Even when to put such a mind that, okay, this is not a press conference, but he's still hands-on like this. Imagine when he wants to give a press conference. But I'm saying this to say, even when he wants to do a press conference, it's not going to be heavy. And I've never seen him do any press conference. So I'm not, and as I said, trust the process. We all trust the process. Objectively, I know Kao Denero is somebody who intends to, when I watch his interview and the other communication things he has done with Chakara TV, he intends to keep the bar up there. But at times, part of that process is also listening to people, and then people also giving you their fair opinion. There are certain things which you might not have thought of it, but when somebody mentions it, it rings the alarm bell to you or to your team. So I don't think they're in the right direction. He's trying to do these things, but if they are not, should I call it, they don't plan around this and they're not strategic about those moves, they might just miss it. Not because of lack of intention, but lack of attention to the details. So some of those details also matter in the direction of, this might have been a casual thing. One, I don't think there'll be any more detailed thing going out. If he took time to put on it's not like he was wearing shorts. Even when you're wearing shorts, you can still be very intentional about that. He put on a suit, took time to dress well. He was well taking time to make the message, because you're speaking in pidgin, right? Make it look casual, but still have some elements of impressing the people, like, I know what I'm talking about. Especially when you are younger and you have come from the artist background, people always feel like artists have not gone to school, artists don't know what they're talking about. So you always have to make them to see that I know what I'm talking about, and you guys can believe in me.
Yeah, definitely. I feel concerning even if you're doing something casual, you need to be very intentional. I think he needs to put people who have that political mindset in his team, people who have that, how I've always been talking about artists becoming media trained. I think in general, Kao Denero, he has a degree of media training, but I feel like he has gotten to a higher level where he needs higher level of media training, because like all the people who are being like Obama and all the rest, I feel like they have people behind the scenes who are saying, Mr. President, wear this for this occasion. Mr. President, sit like this, stand like this, like every details, they pay attention to all those details. So I think Kao Denero needs people like that on his team to guide him along the path which he's taking. So yeah, but I'm just like, let's wait and see. Like, it has been a year plus since he has been appointed ambassador. So I don't know how much time we want to give, but he has told us to trust the process. Let's wait and see what happens next, and let's see how they put the office space which they have been giving into use, and the other big things he says are coming. Let's see if they actually be realized. So, as usual, Chakara TV, we are going to be here to give a report of that and react to whatever happens. Let's talk about our sponsors.
Yeah, people, it's your boy Ambassador again, talking about Echo Online. Echo Online is the platform which has been built to democratize and help you monetize your art. It's going to level the playing field in the sense that the power is now in your hand just with the phone. A large majority of African, especially the African artists, have phones. So everybody now can take their future into their hands. And depending on how much you invest, time-wise, energy-wise, money-wise, into your career, these are the results you get. Echo Online has a site and app which will permit you to upload your music, build your fan base, and then monetize your art around these various services that are presenting to us. Echo Online is a site under construction. What do I mean by that? Right now, you can create a profile, you can build your fan base. You just need to go on the site, create an account, copy the link of your account, and then share it on your other social media handles for your fans to come and follow you there. In that way, when you want to put out your song, your fans will automatically see it and they can buy it directly from Echo Online. to buy these songs. You could create events, sell tickets, merchandise, get artist booking, all of these things on Echo Online. Some of these features I'm listing are still under construction. But as always, I tell people the early bird gets the biggest one. Those who jumped first on YouTube became millionaires just because, one, YouTube gave them special customer service and adapted the site to their needs, and also they got some of the best endorsement deals because the playing field was not yet that crowded. So jump on Echo Online, build your fan base. Also, it is very adapted to the African reality. Most artists face a challenge where you put out your song, you load it on Tidal and iTunes. Most of your fans are not on Tidal and iTunes. They're usually on the free sites. And then when you sell to like 10% of your fans who are the Africans in the diaspora, you cannot get the money directly, so you have to get someone to take the money, send it to you. There's a lot of risk and challenges in that. With Echo Online, you can sell your songs directly. Your fans can buy it using the payment methods adapted to the African reality. You get your money directly into your phone, you reinvest into your career, you get more fans, you produce more ad, you sell again, you get the cycle. That's how it grows organically. So usually I just tell people, start the process, trust the process. As Kao Denero says, trust the process. With Echo Online, you get your money and build your career by yourself, not leaving your career in anybody's hands. With your phone, you could take charge of your career. So jump on Echo Online, share your success story with us. If you want to get in contact with the team, you can write directly to the management of Echo Online, or you can get Chakara TV, I will put you in contact with them. But just take note, this is something which is growing, built by Africans for Africans, and then it's good to jump on the bandwagon. You could thank me later. So go on, download the app on Google Play, get Echo Online, search it, the site, Google it, and you get more details about it. Share your success stories and maybe the money too.
Yeah, definitely. Down the line, we are going to be doing top 10 most viewed or played songs on Echo.online. So if you want to be featured on that list, you need to get on Echo.online. You need to share the songs with your fans. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. As usual, we want to know what you think in the comments below. Thumbs up to this video, subscribe to Chakra TV, and hit the notification button. Bye, guys.